The Shiba Inu, the internet's beloved meme star and all-around scene stealer. But behind their adorable fox-like appearance and viral fame lies a dog that's anything but low maintenance. Despite their popularity, Shibas are not the easiest companions to live with. Ask any seasoned owner, and they'll tell you Shibas are best for experienced handlers. So if you're considering adding a Shiba Inu to your life, then this video's for you. Here are 9 things every potential Shiba owner must know before taking the plunge. Number 1. Lap-sized dogs that aren't lap dogs. Shiba Inus may fit in your lap, but that doesn't mean they'll stay there. These compact canines are fiercely independent and prefer to snuggle on their terms, if at all. Unlike other dog breeds of similar size, Shibas are actually bred as hunting dogs, so they'll much prefer stalking a squirrel than curling up in your lap for hours. While other small breeds may happily cozy up, Shibas often prefer their personal space, or at least the freedom to decide when and where they cuddle. Think of it this way. They're like a cat wrapped in a dog's body, complete with occasional side-eye when you invade their bubble. They're not your obedient cuddle buddy, and if that's what you want, you'll probably want to look elsewhere. They're more likely to sit nearby, striking a pose that says, "You may adore me from a distance." That being said, a Shiba Inu won't follow you around like a shadow, but when they choose to show affection, it feels all the more special. Number 2. They're both quiet and loud dogs. Shibas are a paradox when it comes to noise. On one hand, they're famously quiet dogs, rarely barking for no reason. But don't let that fool you. There's a reason why they're called the Japanese screaming dog. When they decide to make noise, they go all in. Shiba puppies, for instance, are notorious for their scream, an ear-piercing sound that can rival a baby's wail. Leash training or touching their feet can trigger this dramatic show. But don't worry, it's just their way of voicing disapproval. However, giving in will only encourage it. As adults, they stay fairly quiet, except when they're having a blast. Shibas playing or wrestling can sound like a pack of gremlins revving engines, complete with growls, howls, and other peculiar noises. As one owner put it, "Sometimes it scares other dogs or owners at the park because they think my girl is aggressive. I'm like, nah, she just revs her engine when she's excited." So while your Shiba might be calm and silent one moment, don't be surprised when they suddenly unleash their inner rock star during playtime or excitement. Number 3. They absolutely hate having their feet touched. For Shibas, having their feet touched is practically a cardinal sin. Many of them absolutely despise it. And if you cater to this aversion, you're setting yourself up for a nail-trimming nightmare. Without regular nail maintenance, those sharp little claws can grow out of control, bad for both you and your furniture. However, one owner shared a clever solution, saying, "My breeder suggested massaging my puppy's feet every day briefly and rewarding her afterward. This worked. She still isn't a fan, but she'll let me do it. She does expect a belly rub after each paw, though. That's the deal." Early paw handling practice is key. Gently touch and massage their paws when they're young, making it a positive experience with treats and belly rubs. Over time, they may not love it, but they'll tolerate it, which is a big win for a Shiba. Remember, with persistence and maybe a little bribery, even the most foot-phobic pup can learn to sit still for a trim. Number 4. Your Shiba's personality may change after the first 1 to 2 years. Shiba Inus are like fine wine or maybe rebellious teenagers. They evolve with age, and not always in the way you expect. Many Shiba owners notice a personality shift around 1 to 2 years old. This is when their true Shiba personality emerges, and they often become more independent and opinionated. Listening? That's optional now. Training? It's no longer just important, it's essential. As one owner explained, they will become more selective and sometimes they shouldn't go to dog parks anymore because they become hipster assholes. It's not uncommon for Shibas to grow more reactive during this time, preferring solitude or selective social interactions over being the life of the party. Predatory drift, when their hunting instincts kick in, can also surface, especially around smaller animals. But it's not all bad news. With consistent training, patience, and some adjustments, you can navigate these changes. One owner shared how they swapped dog parks for hikes and outdoor adventures to better suit their Shiba's personality. The key is understanding your dog's individuality and working with it, not against it. Challenging? Sure, but with the right approach, it's nothing you and your Shiba can't handle together. Number 5. Never trust your Shiba off-leash, no matter how good they seem. Shibas live by an unofficial motto: freedom first, consequences never. No matter how well-trained or obedient they appear, trusting a Shiba off-leash is like betting against gravity. It rarely ends well. These dogs have an innate prey drive and an independent streak that makes recall unreliable, even for the most diligent owners. One owner put it best, saying, "I tried it once. That little monster took 2 hours to catch. Best time of his life, I'm sure. Worst time of mine." Stories like this are far too common in Shiba circles, where even the best behaved pups have bolted at the sight of a squirrel or an open field. At dog parks, many Shiba owners keep the leash on for safety, despite their dog's protests. It's not just about preventing an escape, it's about managing their unpredictable nature, and also not having to potentially spend 2 hours catching your dog. Letting a Shiba loose can turn a casual outing into an unexpected marathon. So what's the bottom line? Always err on the side of caution. A Shiba on a leash may grumble, but it's far better than chasing them across town while they live their best life. Number 6. A Shiba will bite to communicate, especially in the beginning. If you thought Shiba puppies would simply bark or wag their tails to communicate, think again. They prefer to use their teeth. For these little furballs, biting is often their go-to language. Whether it's playful nips to show affection or sharp bites to express frustration, it's all part of the Shiba experience. One owner shared, "I almost lost my mind and found myself in tears because my pup would not stop biting. Nothing worked. But then one day, around 4 or 5 months, he just stopped biting us. And now, I kind of miss that time when he was a little terror." To manage this phase, patience is key. Quick movements can encourage more bites, so staying calm and redirecting their energy to toys or chews is crucial. Early training helps distinguish playful nips from unacceptable behavior. But brace yourself. Those razor-sharp puppy teeth might leave a mark or two before they figure it out. Eventually, most Shibas grow out of their bitey phase, and you might even find yourself nostalgic for the chaos. Well, maybe just a little. Number 7. They're probably the most stubborn dogs you'll ever meet. If stubbornness were an Olympic sport, Shibas would take gold every time. No joke. These dogs aren't just independent thinkers. They're masters of selective hearing. Ask them to sit and they might casually glance your way, giving you a look that screams, "I heard you, I just don't care." Sometimes they'll even turn their heads in slow motion, as if to say, "Ah, yes, I acknowledge your request, but I must respectfully decline." In fact, one seasoned owner explained it best, saying, "They're free thinkers and stubborn, but I never imagined exactly how stubborn. Every command is done on their own good time, even when they know what you're asking." Shibas are incredibly smart, but they'll use that intelligence to test you. They love getting a reaction. So don't be surprised if they repeat the same annoying antics just to see your response. That said, training takes patience, creativity, and a sense of humor. And yes, they'll need plenty of physical and mental stimulation to keep their mischievous little minds occupied. Owning a Shiba means accepting their strong-willed nature and meeting them halfway. You won't always win, but that's a part of the charm. Number 8. Your Shiba will shed more than you think. Shibas may look sleek and low maintenance, but don't let their appearance fool you. They shed enough fur to build a whole new dog. Twice a year during blow coat season, they shed their undercoat dramatically, leaving clouds of fur everywhere. But even in the off-season, they still shed more than you might expect. If you thought their small size meant minimal shedding, I'm sorry to tell you that Shibas are like tiny fur factories. As one owner put it, "I knew they shed, but I didn't think it'd be this much. An undercoat brush is a necessity, as well as a handheld vacuum dedicated for pet care." They weren't kidding. Regular brushing with a good undercoat brush is crucial to keep the shedding under control and to prevent your home from becoming a Shiba-themed snow globe. Investing in grooming tools can make life with a shedding Shiba manageable. Their shedding may be relentless, but hey, at least you'll never need to wonder where all the fur on your clothes came from. Number 9. Socializing is extremely important, or they may become reactive dogs. Shiba Inus aren't the everyone's my friend type of dog. In fact, I'd say they're the exact opposites of a golden retriever. They're like canine detectives, sizing up other dogs before deciding whether to engage or growl a firm "no thanks." That growl, by the way, is an essential part of their communication and should be respected. When other dogs ignore their signals, things can escalate quickly. That being said, proper socialization is crucial to help Shibas learn how to interact appropriately with other dogs. But as one owner warned, find balanced adult dogs so your pup can play with them and learn proper manners. I let my puppy play with every dog, and that was a big mistake. Shibas benefit most from controlled interactions with calm, well-mannered dogs that can set a good example. Without early socialization, Shibas can become reactive or overly selective in their interactions. By taking the time to expose them to positive experiences, you can help them navigate the dog world with confidence, and maybe even make a few furry friends along the way. Hey, if you enjoyed this, you'll probably love this video here. And if you hit subscribe, I'll donate a meal to a rescue dog on your behalf.